Slow Horses Season 5, Episode 4 just wrapped up with one of the most explosive endings from the entire series, but things are about to get so much worse for the Slough House agents. Slow Horses Season 5 has established a new terrorist threat in the heart of London in the midst of a mayoral campaign. Over the last 4 episodes, the team at Slough House has been personally excluded from the investigation while one of their agents, Roddy Ho, appears to have a complicated connection to the attacks. However, they managed to break free of their lockdown, and now, they are working hard to solve the mystery before MI5. Roddy Ho makes contact with his girlfriend. Episode 4 kicks off with Roddy speaking to Emma Flight, the head of security among MI5 staff. Flight tries to connect with Roddy and empathizes that his girlfriend, despite betraying him, does have genuine feelings for him. She shares a voicemail she left on his phone, and convinces Roddy to call her back so they can trace her location. Roddy agrees and makes the call, but he hangs up before the 1-minute mark thinking he has outsmarted his captors. Unfortunately for him, MI5 only needed 30 seconds. This scene does appear to prove that Roddy's girlfriend actually cares about him, but she is still deeply afraid of the men who forced her to betray him. Mayor Jaffrey's son is in hot water. Meanwhile, for Mayor Safar Jaffrey, things get even more tense when his son's acts of protest result in a death for one of the victims who filled their car with corrupt gasoline. Jaffrey hoped to spin his son's actions in a positive light for his campaign, but now, he needs to find a way to distance himself. He sends his campaign manager to confront his opponent, Dennis Gimble, in the hopes that he can convince him to avoid talking about his family as a political talking point. However, considering how these two rivals are competing, it seems unlikely that either will pull their punches. Claude Whelan fights back against the Gimbles. Over the last several episodes, Claude Whelan, the head of MI5, has been threatened repeatedly by Gimble's wife, Dodie, after he got on her bad side at an earlier meeting. When pushed to fight back against the threat of an already written exposé piece, Claude uncovers some skeletons about the Gimbles. Dennis Gimble has the support of extreme right-wing voters who hold immigration as one of the biggest factors holding them back. However, Gimble is actually the son of an illegal immigrant who went to prison after committing multiple serious crimes. Gimble hoped to change his name and avoid his past. Meanwhile, Dodie was dating a vocal Marxist during her college years, which would now put a major blemish on her record and put her career and life at risk. Evidently, the Gimbles wouldn't be well received by their own audience, and the threat from Whelan appears to do the trick, though Gimble did manage to record the conversation. J.K. Coe and River Cartwright canvass Gimble's campaign image via Apple TV+. With the threat of an assassination against either of the mayoral candidates being imminent, the Slough House agents split up to try and protect them. River Cartwright and J.K. Coe attend Gimble's event and begin looking for signs of an attack. River believes the attackers are trying to make a statement, and so he checks the balcony, while Coe thinks the attack will be swift and quiet, so he goes to Gimble's dressing room. Neither one finds any immediate signs of trouble, and Cartwright is upset that he didn't predict the attackers' actions accurately. Jackson Lamb outmaneuvers the MI5 dogs courtesy, Apple TV+. While the rest of the team is trying to avoid an assassination of a political figure, Jackson Lamb focuses on tracking down Roddy's girlfriend. He retraces Cartwright and Coe's steps and quickly finds her whereabouts, before waiting for the MI5 dogs to show up. Flight is stunned to see Lamb out of lockdown and sitting in the girlfriend's home, but Lamb then provides essential insight to find her next location. As a result, he is allowed to tag along and potentially join in with interviews when she is captured. Once again, Lamb is proving his incredible skill and intuition, and his mission to help Roddy avoid any punishment appears to be the only one going relatively smoothly for anyone at MI5 or Slough House. The assassin sneaks into Jaffrey's event. Catherine Standish and Shirley Dander arrive at Mayor Safar Jaffrey's event, and Dander quickly spots a man who has the same shoes from earlier CCTV footage who she feels could be the assassin. While his bag is searched, and he provides a convincing story, Dander decides to investigate. The attacker sneaks in stating that he is a repair man there to fix the lights in the women's bathrooms. While he has no credentials, he is able to convince the security guard to let him in, and when his bag is inspected, it only appears to contain regular work tools. Shirley Dander and Catherine Standish save the mayor image via Apple TV+. Dander's intuition is proven right when she disproves the mystery man's alibi and tracks him down to a small concealed compartment in the upper floors. Dander manages to arrive just in time after the killer assembles a gun out of what appeared to be tools, and Standish creates a scene downstairs as a distraction. Together, they have successfully managed to save Jaffrey from an assassination attempt. However, they were unable to capture the assassin. Standish seeing his face could help them to get closer to unraveling the truth, or it could result in the attacker being eliminated by his own team, just like the man who attacked Roddy. Cartwright and Coe create a colossal mess image via Apple TV+. Meanwhile, Cartwright and Co. spot Jaffrey's campaign manager approaching Dennis Gimble, and River Cartwright rushes in to confront him. After a brief tussle, Cartwright pulls a gun, and the man runs away. Co decides to step down from his perch above, and on the way, he accidentally knocks something over. Co's tendency to wear headphones means he doesn't hear anything when the items set off a chain reaction that ultimately results in a large paint can dropping directly onto Gimble's head, instantly killing him. Clearly, this is a huge problem for the slow horses, as Cartwright and Co. are directly responsible for the accidental murder of the mayoral candidate in what is proving to be an incredibly divisive political campaign. But their troubles don't end there. Gimble's tape recorder could be a source of major trouble. Upon Gimble's death, Co. finds his tape recorder, which now has evidence of Co. and Cartwright being the only people present when Gimble is killed, and the conversation between the Gimbles and Whelan earlier that same evening. Initially, Co. and Cartwright may be inclined to try and suppress the evidence of their involvement, but doubtless Lamb will be able to get the information about their catastrophic failure out of them. And when Lamb hears the full recording, it will give him an opportunity to expose Whelan's corruption. Considering his uneasy collaboration with Diana Taverner, Lamb may well use the tapes in exchange for Roddy's freedom. However, with the incriminating details of Cartwright and Co.'s